Good afternoon to all of you. It could be morning, it could be afternoon, it could be evening, wherever you are joining me from, and whatever time of the day it could possibly be for you. I hope you're having a good day, a good evening, or you're about to have an amazing day. So I wanted to share a few tips with you today. I know how precious time can be right now with so many more people working from home. It's really, really important that we make the most of every single minute that we have in the day. And I know as a super busy mum, I'm really lucky right now that we actually have like a really good co-parenting routine going on. So I'm quite lucky and fortunate, but I know when the boys are here that my time to work and my time with them has to be really, really structured. And after sharing my post a couple of days ago, that was featured in Business Insider. So I gave some comments to Business Insider about the massive rise in the amount of screen time that people are having, that has gone up massively. And when I shared this post, and I was talking about how many of you are actually, on devices more, are you on devices less? I just wanted to get a general feel for what it was that you guys were feeling yourselves. And there were like totally mixed emotions. And so I thought that it was a really good idea to come on and share some tips with you about how you can save time using social media, but not only that, how you can use your time productively. Okay, how many of you go onto Facebook or go onto Instagram with the sort of real genuine idea that you're going on there and you're going to get some work done and you're going to go connect with people, but before you know it, you've been scrolling for an hour, you haven't actually sent any messages? If this is you, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know with some emojis. You may even listen to this on the podcast. So if this is you, I want you shouting, hell yes, this is me. If you're listening to this, wherever you may be, in the supermarket, let me know if this is you, because I know I am guilty myself of saying I'm going on and I'm going to go and do Instagram stories, and before I know it, I'm finding loads of amazing accounts that I never knew existed, and 2 hours of my day has disappeared. Okay, and I know now that we are in like isolation right now. It means that a lot of people's businesses are having to go online. We have no choice but to go online to keep our businesses going. And so this is why I wanted to share a few tips with you, because I know it's going to be unavoidable. For a lot of people, it's going to be unavoidable. You're going to have to use social media more because you need to be growing your business. So this is why I wanted to share a few of my favorite time-saving tips with you. But not only are they time-saving, they're going to show you how to be a little bit more productive with your time. So if you know somebody that could do with having an extra 10 minutes in their day, tag them into the comments so that they can watch this live back as well. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is that you should be scheduling your posts. If you can, ahead of time, think about the content that you want to be putting out, rather than having to go online every single day and think, right, this is what I'm going to post today, and sit and post it. Yes, you can post like as randomly as you want, but having a plan of action and knowing you're going to put one post onto Facebook or you're going to put one post onto Instagram, scheduling and having that planned will be the first thing that saves you time. Okay. Tip number 2 is to set yourself times that you're going on to do certain things. So if you are going on social media because you need to answer emails, you're going onto your computer, device, whatever it may be, you're going on there, you need to check emails. Make sure that you set yourself 10 minutes or 15 minutes to go through your emails and then move on to the next thing, okay? And the same applies with when you're going on to post to Facebook or when you're going to post onto Instagram. Whatever it may be, make sure that you set yourself time. If you are going and you're setting, you're going to have some time to read a blog, turn off all your notifications on the phone. Okay, if you're going to sit down and you're going to do some training, switch it off, make sure the kids know they're settled, they can do their own thing. You've got that time so that every part of what you're doing has its space. Now, I'm not saying this isn't going to go to shit at some point and you're going to have to totally juggle everything around, which I've had to do with the boys coming back and forth from their dads. My work schedule is literally all over the place and I don't know whether I'm coming or going. But we still have set times. I try and have as much like sort of scheduled, planned. I'm a bit of a planner, so I have lots of things planned in, okay? So make sure that you are setting aside a time when you can focus on growing your business, okay? It's not just about being on social media for being on their sake, okay? If you're on there, what are you learning? Are you going to find a blog? Are you looking for some training? Are you listening to a podcast? What are you doing in this time when you're at home to grow your business? This is the time. This isn't the time to stop. This isn't the time to sit back and think, you know, I'm going to wait for this to pass. This is the time. You need to be using this time to focus on other things in your business that you can do. Gaining knowledge is such a huge thing in growing your business. So even if you can't be putting out products right now or services right now, what can you be doing with your time to be growing your business? Is it listening to a podcast? Is it doing a training? Is it, you know, engaging in a group, going and asking questions and having conversations with people? Whatever it is, make sure that you're doing something. And this is time you should be setting aside, okay? So you're going to have time for your emails. You're going to have time for your social media posts. You're going to have time that is your time for you to invest in your business, okay? And I'm not talking about like having to sit through an hour-long webinar, because I know that that's really, really difficult. There are so many little amazing resources that we offer you at Mums in Business. We have the podcasts. There's new episodes for the podcasts, Instagram tips. Leona shares some incredible inspirational stories on her podcast. We have the blogs. It takes less than 5 minutes to read the blog. We have my Tuesday night lives that are recorded and put onto YouTube. They're around like half an hour to an hour max. All of the trainings inside the VIP are in like 10 to 15 minute chunks. We do this because we know as mums in business, we don't have the time to sit and watch hour-long bloody webinars. I like push to sit for an hour on a Tuesday night without one of the kids interfering and like disrupting my Instagram live. So we feel you, and this is why all of our trainings are made for you guys. They're made to be as accessible as possible. So our next training that's coming up, we have the visibility training starting on the 13th of April, which is a week on Monday. This is a 7-day training. Each video is less than 15 minutes and you can catch up at any point, okay? You will have access to the training for 4 weeks afterwards, so you can catch up at any point. So what is it? Tell me one thing that you are going to commit to do to invest in you in your business, in growing you in your business. And I want you to tell me in the comments right now, is it going to be listening to a blog? Are you going to go and check out a new podcast? What are you going to do in the time that you're going to set aside for you and your business? Tip number 3, if you are struggling with screen time, keep an eye on it, okay? I know using an iPhone that I have a screen time management app where I can set times for the amount of time that I go on there, or I can at least manage it. I can have a look and think, right, okay, then so my screen time is actually down, massively down. Like over the last 2 weeks, it's probably dropped by like 40%, because I know my time has been taken up by getting the boys into a routine. That was my first priority, okay? So that for me has shown in my screen time, which I'm fine with. You know, everything's getting done. Mibba is running fine. My kids are very healthy, and I even get a bit of time for Netflix and chill. So, you know, everybody's happy, but that's because I stick to having some sort of a plan, even if it's a loose plan. I go on, I check emails, I go on, I write content, I go on and I respond to Instagram stories, because trust me, I am the first person that can get lost, as you will know, inside the world of Instagram. So I can see a few people are telling me what they are committing to doing. So Sharon is committing to checking out the branding. Helen Conway is saying she is getting on with completing the VIP. Gracie Jane said she is joining the group trainings. And Rhonda has said, I'm going back through the Instagram training and getting to grips with that. Yes, anything that's going to grow your business is an investment right now. Don't think of it as, oh, I've got to take 10 minutes away from the kids to listen to a podcast. Sit in the garden, watch the kids, listen to the podcast at the same time. Whatever works for you is going to work, okay? So those are my 3 top tips. I'm just going to run through them really quickly for anybody that didn't catch the beginning. So tip number 1 is to make sure that you schedule as much as possible. And don't forget, we have the #1 bestseller, The Mibba Guide to Growing Your Instagram. It is an absolute gem of a book if you want to keep an eye on the time you're spending on social media, and also lots of planning and tracking that will save you lots of time, okay? You can find that on Amazon or the website. www.mumsinbusinessassociation.com. Make sure that you're setting aside times to do certain things. So whether you're checking emails, whether you're going on there, and set yourself time to go on there and scroll. You know, you want to catch up with people, you want to see your friends, you want to have that social interaction time as well. So make sure that you are including that in your time. And of course, don't forget, you need a little bit of self-care, okay? Whatever you need to do to kick back, you need to be doing that, because if you're not feeling great, you're not going to be putting 110% into your business. And this is something that we've been talking about a lot lately, and it's about knowing yourself and knowing that if you aren't feeling productive, I've had a couple of days where like my whole life went to poo-poo. I can tell you, Jed had an absolute meltdown, ran away from home about 3 times, had a little protest on top of the shed, refused to come down. I had a huge training to do that I couldn't do because my whole life was going to crap. Should I have sat there and tried to work? Well, maybe some of you would, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to focus and give my 100% to anything that I was doing. So it was better that I stopped what I was doing, came back to it when I felt better, and then gave it 110%, okay? And that's what you need to remember. If you're not feeling great, you need to step back for a little while, because your time is just going to be wasted. You're going to be busying yourself away, and the time is not going to be used productively, okay? And tip number 3, if you're having issues with how much time you are spending on social media or other things on devices in general, you can check out the Screen Time app, which will show you how much time you are spending on each app, and you can track it that way. It might be very interesting. Let me know in the comments, how long do you think you spend on Facebook? We'll just use Facebook. How long do you think you spend on Facebook in a day on average, okay? Let me know in the comments what you think, how many hours you think you spend. Then I want you to go off and check, and I want you to tell me the exact number and tell me if you were surprised or not, okay? So it's not about not being on social media. We all need to be visible on social media. So it's not about coming off social media. It's about using the time that we have there with the most impact, creating the most impact with the least amount of time. So thank you all for joining me. I hope I have uplifted your Wednesday a little. Don't forget, you can join me in the private group training, which is starting on Monday with me and Leona. Private group training. We are talking to you about everything to do with visibility. So who is it you want to get in front of? Where are they hanging out? How do you connect with them? How do you use Facebook? How do you create engagement on Instagram? How you connect with people on Twitter? We are covering all bases, as well as teaching you lots of tips and tricks of how you can get the most from press, whether this is local, mainstream. You know, we've been covered now by ITV, the BBC. In fact, I'm actually going on to the BBC tomorrow morning to talk about the fact that we are unofficially the first networking company to take our networking events online, which I am super excited about. So yeah, we're going to teach you how you can get your business in front of the press as well, because now is the time that we all need to be visible. Is it not? We all need to be visible. We all need to be in front of new audiences, growing those businesses. So tune in to BBC Radio Leicester tomorrow morning. I should be on air around about 8 a.m. I will drop the link to the training into the comments. I am also delivering lots of trainings. Where's my list? I am going to be delivering trainings into networking events, okay? I am a guest speaker all over the world in the next few weeks, and my wedding has now been cancelled. So it means the 2 weeks I was due to be away, I'm not actually going to be away. So if you would like some really in-depth Instagram training, then come along to one of our networking events online. Tickets are £15. You get the opportunity to network, plus you get the training with me, plus you get to bring along a friend for free, so you can split the ticket price if you want. And anybody that comes to an online networking event throughout April will also get added to an exclusive training with me in May. So I've got a list for the next few that are coming up. I am in Stoke, Newcastle, Gateshead, Romania, Newport and Chepstow over the next few days. So if you want some absolutely banging Instagram training, as well as connecting with lots of other incredible women in business at our online networking events, then drop me a message, or drop your local coordinator a message, and they will get you hooked up with a ticket. I can see there's lots of people now saying how long they have been online for. So people think 2 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. It will be interesting to see after you all go away, check the app. Let me know, were you right? Were you spending more time? But whatever time you're spending, make sure you're spending it productively, okay? That's the one thing I want you to take away from the training today. Take away the fact that it's good to be on social media, but only if you're using your time productively. I can see Rhonda is saying she is excited to start the visibility training, and we are super excited to have you. Mibba Devon, the 20th of April, 10 till 12. There's another one. I am all over the place. I am in that many places. I don't even know where I am, but I'm in tons of places. So if you want to get on to a training with me in the space of the next month, then drop me a message and we will find a group that is nearest to you. But that is it from me. I am off to rest my voice for a while before I do another huge training for a very big network marketing company on how they can use Instagram to grow their business. So I will love you and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you all very soon.